Good afternoon, Molly Jones. Would you like to be called Molly, Miss Jones, or however Mrs. Jones? Or
Molly's fine.
Molly's fine. Okay, well, I want to thank you for coming in. Hopefully the traffic wasn't too bad out there. It is kind of lunchtime or so. Was that all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good. So before we get started right away, I just want to ask that if you comprehended or had any questions on the informed consent that we went over.
No, I got it.
You got it? Okay, well, if there's any time that you need more clarity on it, let me know. Just a general reminder, this does stay between us unless, you speak of any harm towards yourself or other people, but you seem pretty good, so we're going to continue. All right, so I just want you to tell me a little bit more why you're here, other than what was spoken from your OCM.
Well, basically, I'm told I have to see a therapist, although it probably couldn't hurt. My 2-year-old daughter and my new son were both taken from me because of my alcohol problem, but really it has a lot more to do with their father. He has kicked me out of the house, even though he drinks just as much as I do, and I don't have anywhere to stay. But I was taking care of the kids the whole time. He doesn't even care that they got taken away, so I'm just really, I know that he's the problem and I'm not, and it just makes me really angry that I'm doing all this stuff now, but I don't even have a home to go home to because he keeps kicking me out. So I don't really know where to go from here exactly.
Okay, so right now, do you have any shelter at all?
Right now I'm living with friends, kind
Okay.
of from couch to couch. They're friends who have always kind of helped me out when he kicks me out, but I can't have the kids come to their house because it's not a good place for them. So really, best case scenario, I just move back in with my husband and then we could have our kids back, but that's not going to happen if he keeps telling everyone all this crap about me and that I'm the one who's drinking and using drugs, even though he's bringing home women all the time and he is really the problem. I'm just trying to relax because I take care of our 2 kids the most. And now, this last time, he kicked me out, and I'm just so angry because now our kids are taken away, and it's all his fault.
Yeah, I can hear the anger coming from you. It sounds like a very overwhelming situation.
Yeah.
So you have some type of temporary housing as of now, and we're going to dig into more how to get you some better shelter, because couch to couch obviously is not your forte from what it sounds, and we don't want you undergoing that either. Where are your children staying now?
They are with foster parents who are they're safe, so whatever, but the foster mom keeps referring to herself as mom, and it just makes me even more angry because she's not their mother, and they've never been with her before, and I don't know why she would think after, the kids being there for a month or 2 that she's suddenly mom, but she's referring to herself as mom, and I think she thinks I'm the problem too and doesn't realize, because my husband's not involved, she doesn't see him, but he's really the issue. I don't know why that they think that they can give such an opinion on me when they don't know me, and it makes me really sad too when I hear my little 2-year-old calling her mom. That just makes me just hit rock bottom, just thinking that they think someone else is their mom now, especially only after a couple months. It's just been really hard.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can see why that's hard. Can you tell me a little bit more about how this trend of being kicked out, coming back home, also tell me a little bit more about when your kids were put under foster care, just to get a little bit more details so I have a clear picture of what's going on?
Well, this has been a problem since before we even had kids. We both kind of like to party a lot back when we were younger, and we've been together for years, and the drinking and stuff was never really that much a problem until we started having kids, and then my drinking was mostly fine, but he would party a lot, and then I think once we had the kids, he started seeking interest in other women, so really, he's the one with the issues, and the drinking and the women and the drugs, but if I drink or do anything wrong, suddenly he's kicking me out, and usually when he would kick me out, the kids would stay there because I didn't think I should take them with me wherever I was going, but that frustrated me even more because he's still doing all the same stuff and it's not safe there. But he would kick me out. So then eventually, after he'd done whatever he was doing, he would let me know that I could come back. And then I would come back, and then we would both do whatever bad behaviors we have, and then he'd kick me out again. And it was just, it's been like that for years. And now this time, he had just as bad of a problem as I did, and CPS got wind of it, and then they removed the kids. So now I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I have to do now because I have the responsibility of getting the kids back.
Okay. All right, Molly. You want to tell me when the kids were taken into foster care? Like, was this just recently, or maybe?
Yeah, it was just a couple months ago.
Okay.
So I don't even know why it's lasted this long, though. They're telling me I have to do all these things and see therapists, and I really don't feel like I even care to talk to a therapist or anyone because I know my husband's really the problem.
Okay.
And even though it feels kind of good speaking about it now to you and talking about it, I understand that he's been the problem and no one else understands that. So I'm doing all of this stuff and I'm going to therapy, but I just wonder why he's not seeing therapists, why he doesn't have to do any of this stuff.
Sure. Yeah, that is frustrating. Well, I acknowledge that it is a two-person situation. I don't feel that neither you or him are worse or better than the other.
Right.
But I want to commend you for coming in, Molly, because this is a tough situation, and I know I can hear that, I want my kids back, I want to make sure that they're safe. So you and I for sure will work on what you can do. Does your husband, is he seeing the same OCM, or is he not being seen at all about anything, or?
I don't know a lot of it because we're sort of separate and we're not communicating.
Okay.
My worker doesn't tell me a lot about what he's doing, but I know that he doesn't really care. I'm sure he's enjoying his freedom right now without the kids or me. I know the kids aren't seeing him right now because it was a pretty bad situation when he was passed out face down on the floor when CPS came in and the kids were by themselves. So I don't know if he's going to be involved. I don't think he cares to right now. I mean, he loves the kids, he does, but he's just so irresponsible and has always been that way. So I don't know what he's even doing, and that makes me even more angry, but also discouraged because I did think for a while that we'd be able to have a family, and now it just feels like it's all gone to shit.
Oh yeah, sure. I asked because I just wanted to see if he was at all on the same page, or if he was also seeking some type of treatment, because when there's kids involved, it's better to have both parents working together, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll probably figure more of that out later. Is there any worries that you have as of now that you really want for me to know, that you want to express?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm not angry, I'm just terrified and so worried and anxious about what's happening to my kids. Are they developing a bond with this foster parent? And I worry about him too because I don't know what he's doing or if he even cares about us. And I worry that I do know that I drink too much, but I don't want that to be a reason why my kids don't come back. So how much do I really have to give up in my life to get them back? I worry about getting here today, if the bus was going to be on time, or if I have another meeting for a job thing that I have to go to after this, am I going to get there on time? And I worry about all of that every day.
All right. So you mentioned something about work. So you are employed. Just wanted to double check, just for general information.
I'm not fully employed right now. I've been doing some catering for a company. It's not enough to support myself or get an apartment, which is why I wish he would just let me move back in. But I am trying to find more employment.
Okay. All right. Well, it's better than not trying at all. So good for you.
Thank you.
We are running short on time, but you gave me a lot of great information, so I want to thank you for sharing all that you did. You're a strong woman. I want to thank you so much for coming to me about this matter. We are going to, the next time we meet, and hopefully whenever you want to, you just let me know, we'll dig into a little bit more of your social networks and supports, because it's not good that you're sleeping from couch to couch. You need to have some type of stability. And if your husband isn't going to cooperate, we will also try to dig into other people who have healthy environments who will be able to help lift you out of the situation. It's going to be a process. I'm not going to lie to you about it. It's going to be a process, but you sound very dedicated to getting your children back. So as this partnership between you and I, as long as you are willing and wanting to, I will be here, able to foster you as much as I can, even only as your therapist. But we will get through it. If you don't have any questions or whatever, do you have any right now for me?
Not really.
Okay, well thank you so much, Molly, for coming, and we will get more into this on a later date. So thank you for